bruh, bruh, bruh.
Hey there, everybody. So, we're going to talk about Smashing the Battle, a game that I have already beaten, actually, which doesn't happen often that I'm reviewing a game that I've already beaten on Steam. Most of the time, it's a game that is new to me, and many times new to you, because I grab weird ones from all over the place. And the Russians grabbed me a very odd assortment, so, you know, the whole thing tends to be odd and weird. I don't remember if I bought this one or the Russians did, but looking at the gameplay time, I've obviously put my own gameplay time into it, but I believe the Russians bought this one for me. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Anyway, regardless, I just want you to know, with me having beaten it, it doesn't actually change my opinion of the game one way or the other, which I was pleased to learn, because I always wonder, sometimes I feel bad if I feel like, ooh, maybe I didn't feel all there is to feel about this game. And so my review of it is very tentative rather than informed, and I want to be informed and I want to give you a good review. But a lot of times you can really feel what a game is and what it's going to give you based off of some very early initial impulses and initial feelings about the thing. And so my initial feelings about this were exactly right. They didn't change after I beat it. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Ooh, I keep bringing that up. I wonder. Well, we'll get into it, don't worry. So, what is Smashing the Battle? You've been watching footage of it for about 2 minutes now. And so you can see it is a fan service-based beat-em-up. That's basically what it is. And if you can't tell, it is based on the very generic sci-fi plot of, worker robots go bad, you, maintenance person, put on special suit and beat up all the worker robots. Yep, that's the entire plot. But yeah, at least, I don't mind a generic plot, especially in a beat-em-up, because, you want to get to the beating of the up. You don't necessarily care that much about the plot. This one tries to have a plot, but, doesn't need as much of a plot as it has, especially as a fan service game, where, let me just spoil this for you. There are no small-chested women in this game. If you are looking for ginormous jibble-jubs, they are here aplenty. And those giblies will jubble, absolutely. They put time into making sure that jibs get jubbed. But did they put time into making a good game? That's the part that I care about the most. Look, quick side dive that hopefully does not take too long. Here's the thing. I own a lot of adult-based games, of the beyond fan service, where it's basically straight up, as my former religion said, pornography. It's bad stuff. And I mean, I'm not opposed to adult content per se. I'm not, because there actually is a line of adult games that I would actually recommend, because they're actually good games, but I probably shouldn't just overtly recommend them because, I don't know, kids might be listening. But, kids shouldn't be watching this video. I mean, the amount of fan service in this video, holy malolies. I hope it makes it past the YouTube censor. It will. It doesn't show anything, ridiculous. It is not more provocative than Bayonetta, which, by the way, I have to make this comparison. So I'm not offended by adult material, but I don't like crappy games. And most of those adult games that I have are like, you know, slide puzzles where you slide the pieces of the nudie girl around and then, haha, you did it. Now you added that picture to the gallery. Hooray. You're done it. It's a game. Yeah, it's just terrible games, you know. The most difficult of them, the most interesting of them, is like a match 3 game, which is like, who cares? You match 3 and oh no, her pants fell off. Like, it just dumb, bad games that don't really need to exist because, like, there is a place for adult type content, and indeed, there is plenty of adult type content based on female video game characters, like that, you know, Rule 34. If it exists, then there is pornography of it. But, like, if a game presents itself as just the adult content, then you kind of expect that the game is not going to be that good. And if that's how you receive the game, as like, well, this is not going to be a very good game necessarily, like I'm not going to want to compare it to like really good beat 'em ups, but it'll be a good game, or like it'll be good for an adult type game, and at least I'll get to see what it is that I wanted to see. Then, you know, your expectation is lower for the actual gameplay. If it presents itself as an actual game with a whole story and characters and, you know, combos and everything like that, which is what this game presents itself as a game, not just as, you know, eye candy, which, like, they do put as much effort into the eye candy as they possibly can. And if that's what you're all about, then fine. Like, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, if I want to play a game, I want to play a game for me. Like, that's how I feel about it. You can feel any which way you want. But, like, I want a game to be a game. And so, like, that's where I have to come down hard on this game. Because it doesn't just present itself as like, oh, come look at the Jibbledy-Jubs, and that's all we really have. And, oh, push a button and pretend you beat somebody up so that you can see more Jibbledy-Jubs. You know, whatever. Like, if that's what you enjoy, then that's what you enjoy, and I have no problem with that. Because, you know, yeah, there's a line of bullet hell shooters that is very adulty, and I like them a lot. I think they have great soundtracks. I think that, you know, they present themselves with the right sense of humor for what they are. It's very tongue-in-cheek, but very, like, knowing, which I'm totally fine with, and I actually enjoy those quite a bit. But, like, yeah, it presents itself as a game first with adult content, and, you know, that's what Smashing the Battle presents itself as, a game first. And, you know, I will just tell you right now, if you want to see full frontal nudity, you're not going to see it. Like, you're not. There might be a patch. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I don't care. But, like, the gameplay is supposed to be the king, and that's where this game is lacking, because it is so same. It is so same. You go into an arena. There are a finite number of moves that you can do. You do those moves again and again. You beat up all the baddies. You collect all the stuff. You move on. The stuff you collected helps you get better and stronger as you go into arenas and basically just fight bigger versions of what you've already fought. So, and there are a few things that make it a little more interesting, like, oh, we're gonna have a rotating shock arm and whatnot. Like, there are a few things to the gameplay that are a little interesting, but like, I did get really bored. Because, like, I will tell you this, the second unlockable character who unlocks when you beat the game, I started playing as her, because I was like, oh, well, let's see if the other story is fun. It's the same story. Basically, you're just playing as the different character. So the dialogue in between, which I don't even read most of the time, is different, but who cares? The beat 'em up is almost exactly the same. You have like a slightly different move, but it's otherwise exactly the same. And I'm like, I already played this. For like longer than I wanted to, but I told myself I was gonna finish it, and so I finished it. Because I have a weird thing about finishing things. So that's the main reason why. Did I enjoy it? Not as much as I thought I should. For real. Not as much as I thought I should. Because I love beat 'em ups. Love them. You know, everything from your 2D side scrollers, you know, with your, you know, Streets of Rage and whatnot, all the way on down to whatever beat 'em up you want to talk about. Like, I really, and, you know, like some of the, speaking of Streets of Rage, like, glorious comeback there in that franchise, and same with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like, man, really good beat 'em ups have come out lately. I mean, you talk about things like, I know it's, you know, not like brand new anymore, but it's still within the last several years. You know, your River City Girls 1 and 2. Yeah, like really good beat 'em ups. So, and even, you know, Akiba's Trip is a better beat 'em up, and it has fan service, but it also has a better story and better characters and makes me care about it more. And also, it's not as samey, even though it's kind of samey. Yeah. I'm sorry. This one didn't quite do it for me in terms of the gameplay. I got bored, and that's not what you want in a, like, I was grateful when it was over. I was like, I don't care about gibbling these jubblies. I didn't when it started. I certainly don't now, and we're done. And yes, like, they do explain why her suit is so skimpy and whatnot, but it's dumb. It's dumb, and it's a bad explanation. It's like, oh, it wasn't made for you. Okay, well, hey, office lady who works in an office, why is your shirt just like a heavy breath away from breaking on the molecular level because it is being strained so very much against your massive bosoms that you must know that you have? Like, so that shirt don't fit you, girl, and that's how you're coming to work? Anyway, people, so final score wise, I give this game a 7 out of a possible 10 Olivia Newton-John's getting physical, because that's why. I don't know. It's what I thought of at the time. Olivia Newton-John's getting physical. Anyway, people, Goldfrapp did a really, really good remake of that song called UK Girls / Get Physical. Go listen to it. It's way better than this game. Anyway, 7 out of 10. that means it's good enough to where if you like it, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm not going to put it in the Steam sale videos because I got bored. Anyway, people, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.